Hey guys, so I decided, you know what? Since I have the opportunity, I might as well. This is going to be a bonus video of me grinding up to 1,000,000. I have just under 1,000, 100,000. I bought a bit of fire paper. The fire paper costs almost 10,000 a pop now, so chances are I'm going to have to be doing that every now and then, just getting 3 or 4 of them at a time, because I only use it for the that one man-eater boar, so it's not a big deal. So let's do this. This shouldn't take too long. I do have the 2 moon runes. I highly recommend doing the Mother Brain, or the Brain of Manzas, actually. That's the official name of the enemy. I just didn't know that. I like calling it Mother Brain, though, because it's like a literal... it reminds me of Mother Brain from Metroid. Though I've never played the game, I do know a lot about Metroid. At least the, like, lore. Not lore, but just... I know a little bit about Metroid, so I know enough here to reference. Okay. I gotta say, that was flawless. Where was this in my video? So my estimate is that this is going to take roughly 30 minutes. I have the 2 best moon runes I have equipped, plus the visceral attack increase thing. I could have the third moon one equipped, but to be honest, it's not going to be much of a difference compared to the other 2. Plus, I really want to do the visceral attack mechanic, just because I feel like that does more damage. And of course, I'm not going to be showing any of the item drops here, just because I want to save that for the actual video next, like, 2 weeks from now. So, charge attack, visceral, and then attack once or twice, just to finish it off. Really easy to kill. This will take a while again. You only get like 60, just about 70,000 per rotation, which I like to call that I like to call them rotations, like each attempt. So keep that in mind, that's what I'm going to be calling it by. I'll just get used so I don't have the other Miss Piggy come up to me and ruin my day. Oh boy! Here we go, guys. Oh god, I thought the second one was there. Oh. Yes! Okay, visceral attack. So if you don't do a visceral attack with this method, you'll get around 14,000. But if you get a visceral attack with the runes I have equipped, which I have the moon ones and then the more blood echoes from via level 2 hair rune. So moon level 2, moon level 3, and hair or HEIR level 2. So if you don't visceral, you get around 14,000. If you do, you get just over 20,000. So that's a difference of 6,000. So. And if you're curious, the more visceral attack you get on one enemy, it doesn't matter. Just the first one does, but the second or third I've tried, and there's literally no difference. But yeah, you get a lot of blood vials for this method. I'm already almost up to 20,000, so I made almost 10 or 100,000 from that attempt alone, which is amazing. There are 4 more of those, or 3 or 4 more of those dudes that the Shadow of Yharnam enemies, but I don't care about those guys. And there's also these enemies right here, but they literally do nothing. They just sit there and look tough, but they're honestly just... They could not give more of a shit about... They don't give a shit about you, is what I'm trying to say. So since I got my explanation done, I'm probably going to be pretty quiet for the rest of this bonus video. So. Yeah. Unless if something really bullshitty happens, because I've had some really dumb shit happen to me in the past. For example, and I'll show you once we get to the thing, so I have more of a visual for you guys. That's kind of the learner I am. I'm more of a visual kind of guy. Like, For example, when I was getting my GED, I had to go to the classes there to learn a little bit more because that's how I was to learn. I couldn't just sit there and read a textbook at my house because I would just get lazy and just play video games all day. So I thought, yeah, I'd rather do this. Plus, it could be some good exercise, and I could go out of the house and do some walking, meet new people. Which, yeah, I met a few new people, but none of them are really like permanent friends anymore. They're not like permanent friends. Anyway. The bullshit I'm talking about is getting rammed by the boar into the crevice down there and then getting the boar just going at you. It's annoying. Another bullshit is losing nearly 1,000,000 blood echoes permanently to one of these things because you just happen to misstep. Or bullshit like that, where I just rolled but it didn't register. There we go. There we go. Heal up. I know it's really gross how you're basically shoving your arm up that thing's ass, but it works. Bring it on, bitch. I make like 35 pounds, no, probably like 100 pounds of pork belly from your ass. Or ham, because ham comes from the part of the pig that's right near the ass. Okay, by ass I mean it's basically the thigh right there. The pig's thighs, right here, those are where the ham comes from. Basically from the knee to the hip is that part. They literally don't serve the ass cheeks. I mean, they probably do in some parts of the world, but I mean, a lot of people eat like pretty much every part of the pig, including like the intestines. But personally, I'm a pork chop and sausage kind of guy. And by sausage, I mean pork sausage, not like a dirty in a window. It looked like it just headbutted the thing to death. So you get a lot of blood vials, which is good because I was actually running low on those. I hate to admit, but, you know. Sorry, I had a mint like right where my wisdom tooth was pulled, and it's kind of bugging me. Sorry about that. Actually, you guys can't even see me. I was just on my phone for a second when I loaded. So I guess I could say real quick, in terms of progression, we're basically at the last 95% of the game. Or the last 5%, I mean. Literally, the last enemies are these 3 Yarnum Shadows, 3 pigs. There's like another Yarnum Shadow somewhere in the area that is kind of hidden that we'll show later. And then the other 4 guys climbing the stairs that we saw a moment ago. That's it. There's those guys and then the boss. It's a really short area once you finish off Mikolash and do that secret area from episode 32. I really hope you guys can't hear my burp right now because, man, my burps are horrible right now. After I'm done getting to 1,000,000, that's where I'm going to end the video off, and I'm going to hit the trail because I need to start exercising more, and I was going to actually do that this morning when it was cooler, but I had to do this first because I didn't really have much time to do it otherwise. But yeah, we're doing pretty good progression. Like, we're making decent blood vials. And echoes, I mean. Well, both, actually, so I'm not wrong. Didn't need to correct myself there. Again, this method could be kind of a pain, but I like doing it. Jesus fuck, I didn't even get hit by it, and it's just sheer presence next to me. Wow, thanks. your eye out, man. What god? Oh. Shit! Come on, game. That registered. I fucking know it. Whatever. Whatever, you fucking twat. That is bullcrap. I definitely got the visceral. Whatever. Okay, so we're 33, almost 33%. After this, we'll be topped off to 33. Nope. Actually, never mind. We'll be under 33. Okay, you little shithead. Fucking turn around so I can shove my sword and arm up your ass. I'm glad the camera's on. I'm glad to pick my nose there. I had a severe hit in the inner part of my nostril. I apologize for being descriptive there, but oh god, that hit is not going to work. I don't want to scratch too hard because it's actually really cold where I am and the weather is kind of dry, so that pretty much means, because it runs in my family, also bloody nose season, because when my nose gets dry as fuck, it starts gushing like a freaking waterfall. Okay, it's not that bad, but I usually get a bloody nose probably like at least once or twice a week, once when it's in the drier, cold season. I haven't had one in like a year though. That's kind of insane. No, I had one like 2 months ago, I think, but it was like super minor, and it was because I kind of scratched a little too hard. I get a lot of inner nose itching, and I'll shut up. I'm kind of being a little personal. Whoops! I missed twice and then nearly got my ass murdered. Hallelujah. So right now, just to put things in perspective, I'm almost level 100, 98 to be specific. I'm going to be guessing right now with the 1 million... I feel like I'm going to be able to get my character up to around 115. Because I've, on average, gotten around 20 levels before doing this. My character is a little bit higher level than it normally is for this point in the game, personally. But that's because I did a lot of grinding before. And yeah. Point is, I feel like 115 will be where I'm at, and that's pretty good because I normally have my character around level 125 to... I don't think I've ever had them break level 130, so usually 125 is where I stop and don't really focus on leveling anymore since I don't really need that high of a level, but you never know, I might go for that because this is the first time I went for kind of a blood tinge build, and to be honest, I kind of don't use the blood tinge as much as I should. That's the kind of shitty thing about this, is it's kind of a waste since I never really use my gun. So maybe I should have just focused on straight skill. I'm kind of regretting my choice picking my playstyle, but whatever. I had a great time with it. I think it's kind of fun and kind of a challenge run with how I have lower skill than I should at this point if I focused on just straight skill. Come here, buddy, instead of, you know, just pushing me out of the way. Really? Camera, for once, can you actually work, buddy? I'm not sure if they've been able to do it before, but they do have another attack they haven't really showed where they burp out a cloud of poison. Bye-bye, bitch. Nice. Okay. So this one should put me pretty close to 400,000. So we're definitely 1/3 the way there now. A third of 100%, which is how I'm kind of calculating things, is 33.3%, and we're just over that at this point. So yeah, it's kind of funny. There's that 0.1% that's just automatically added in. I mean, it's not like mind-blowing, but I think if you just did this with the 3 moon runes, you would get around I want to say around 17,000, but I just think the visceral one is better because those boar enemies, they're not that tough to visceral, to be honest. And haven't really been spending my echoes on fire paper like I thought I would, so I have more than I would if I would have done that otherwise. I think one time when I grinded up to 1,000,000, I did it like twice in one playthrough, or a few, like at least twice. I used 1,000,000 just to buy pretty much all the items I needed and didn't need to grind up for those anymore. I am kind of tempted to do that again, but at the same time, I'm not going to put you guys through that. If I do it again, it's going to be probably near the end of the DLC, right before I fight the major boss in the DLC. Well, there's like pretty much 3 bosses in that DLC, or major bosses, the other 2. I mean, one of them is arguably... Never mind. All but one of them is pretty much... arguably pretty much, like, serious major bosses. One of them is just a pretty shitty boss they put for no reason. Like, the DLC would have been such a perfect part of the game if it wasn't for that one boss. I feel like the only reason why it was there is just to make players annoyed. And like right after you fight that one, you unlock the ability to fight one of the best bosses in the whole fucking game. Okay, Hanson, thanks for dodging there, bud. Jesus Christ. A car just not pulled up, but like a car was doing a U-turn in my street. It's not my friend, it's not the right car, but it did startle me quite a bit. No wonder why this game's rated M. I mean, you can do this to pigs. I'm sure PETA's gonna be all over me. When I post this video, eventually, if I actually decide to post it, if you guys are listening to this now, then you're lucky, but if PETA ever watches this, I'm sure they're gonna spin me as like some mega animal abuser and someone who needs to be arrested and sent to prison for doing this to, you know, a murderous boar that is basically, yeah, that's the burp attack right there. I'm sure PETA's gonna be all over my ass and just gonna try ruining my life for me killing a basic enemy in a game that's not real whatsoever and has nothing to do with real animal abuse. Meanwhile, they are probably euthanizing about 3 to 4 trillion dogs at this point. Like, seriously, they're just hypocrites. PETA's a joke. I'm sorry, like... I used to support PETA. I thought they were doing good, but after hearing so much of the shit they've done, like... Here's something they did. They gave money to a man who was a known arsonist. Now, I'm not sure the exact story and, like, what kind of stuff he did, but... The guy burned down a building or 2, I believe. Burned down something. Killed people, I bet. And about a year ago, I believe a year ago, could have been over a year ago at this point. Basically, there was this dog in this like kid's front yard, just chilling out, relaxing. I think it was a Chihuahua or some other small dog. And you know what they did? They picked the dog up and euthanized it. Not on the spot, but they took the dog, and instead of giving it back like the family wanted, they decided, yeah, this dog deserves a better life. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to kill it. Instead of giving the dog or dogs a chance to have a happy home, instead they're like, okay, so 90% of people are going to probably abuse this, so we'd rather kill the dog instead of having them have a little bit of a chance of having a happy home. They euthanize a huge majority of the animals they get. So please, don't send... If a shelter near your area is PETA, owned by PETA, or like PETA related, don't give it to them. They're just gonna euthanize the animal. Seriously. Probably half the things in that dumpster, probably half the shit in the dumpster of that shelter are bags and bags of animals that were killed because of their heartless opinion on them. Oh, people are just evil and don't deserve pets. And don't get me started on the whole Steve Irwin controversy that happened like 2 years ago during his birthday or like anniversary of when he died. Saying the animal was being abused by Steve Irwin and then he earned the right to die? Like, are you fucking kidding me, PETA? No. It was just a freak accident. The stingray was just reacting to him. Steve Irwin had nothing to do with abusing or hurting the animal whatsoever. He was just chilling out, and then the stingray just reacted. It wasn't the stingray's fault that he died, to be honest. I'm not blaming the animal. Like, it was just a freak incident. That's all. Yeah, it's tragic that we lost such a profound member of society like Steve Irwin, who was someone who I watched as a kid, actually. But I'm not gonna shit on the freaking stingray because it probably didn't understand what just happened. It probably didn't know it killed it. Yeah, it reacted to him, but I don't think anyone was abusing that animal. The animal was just doing its thing. Neighbor. Sorry about that, guys. There was a car pulling up and I was thinking it was my friend for a second. But PETA, like, please. Stop acting like you own every single animal in this world. You have no right to kill animals because you think there's a chance that they'll be killed if they're adopted out. Yeah, there's a small chance, but just because one person happens to abuse a harmless animal doesn't mean every single person is going to do that shit. So that gives you no right to kill these animals that can have a fun chance at life at a happy house full of, you know, awesome people. Oh my fucking god, this thing is hashtag Team PETA. I know it. It's trying to get revenge on what I'm doing. Saying. You have no right to kill harmless animals that did nothing to you. Or just want a happy home. Just because you think the way you do. I know I repeated myself like a trillion times at this point, but I don't care. Whatever. Taking a little girl's dog right from their front yard because for whatever twisted reason in your mind you were thinking at the time, you are just a sick joke. And not the funny kind. The kind of joke that the Joker could tell in that movie that came out a few weeks ago. That kind of joke. Like, I don't know who's worse. The clown that literally murders people just because he thinks it's fun, Joker, or PETA who kills well over 50% of all the animals they receive. So we're about halfway. Don't donate to PETA. If you are donating to them, stop. Look up what they've done in the past. There's dozens of videos on YouTube that talk about it better than I could. Please check them out. I highly recommend it. Your mind will be changed. I guarantee that. Excuse me, I had like another burp. I'm disgusted by their actions. Though, low-key, I haven't laughed harder. I have never laughed more than I laughed when I read those, like, hella funny trolls and, like, people basically talking back to PETA about what they said about the whole Steve Irwin thing. Like, when I read those responses, like, I was like, holy fucking shit, these people. The internet won that day. PETA definitely lost on that argument. They could try spinning it however they want. They could believe they won the argument. But deep down, we all know that they lost, and that's fact. That's the day PETA lost every ounce of respect they had left. For me, at least. It's kind of funny, too, are those idiotic people who are vegetarian or vegan or whatever and, like, don't eat meat whatsoever and try shoving that lifestyle on their dogs and cats and stuff. Cats and dogs are naturally carnivores. They need to eat meat. Unlike us, they need it. They can't survive without it. If you're the type of idiot that thinks you can shove your lifestyle down your pet's throats, you're wrong. They need meat. End of discussion. If you're the type of idiot that's gonna say, well, I'm not gonna buy meat or anything from my pets except for vegan-related and vegetarian options. No. Shut the fuck up, go to the fucking grocery store, and buy your pet high-quality food that has the right ingredients for them. They need proper protein. They're not like us. We can survive on veggies pretty easily because we can eat a lot of food and a lot of things that give us the right nutrition we need. Cats and dogs aren't the same. They need a specific diet, or they could get very malnourished and die from starvation. I forget what talk show it was, but it was a talk show where this lady was with her dog. She basically forced her lifestyle on the dog. And at some point during the show, they gave the dog two options. The same food that the owner was giving them, which was like some vegetarian-based meal or dish or whatever, and one that had meat. And you know what the dog did? It sniffed both bowls and then ate the one with the meat in it. If that doesn't say dogs prefer that kind of diet, I don't know what does. That dog was basically malnourished as fuck because it didn't have the proper nutrition that it should have been getting. But nope, its owner is just a trained up piece of shit that thinks its lifestyle matters. Which, yeah, if you're a vegan, great. If you're a vegetarian, great. I actually know people that are both vegan and vegetarian. So, yeah, but guess what they do? They live their lives and don't shit on people for their lifestyles. They're normal people. They don't care that I like eating steak and chicken and stuff. In fact, my aunt, who is, I think, a vegetarian, technically also eats a little bit of chicken herself because she knows, yeah, this has protein and stuff that I can't get anywhere else, so I'll have a little bit. So she's fine with eating chicken and certain types of fish, but that's it. She doesn't eat steak. So she understands that people like me and my dad and stuff, we love ourselves some steak. She understands that and doesn't whine to us about it. She's not the kind of outspoken person that's like, oh, how dare you eat cow, you fucking killer. I'm like, okay, chill. I respect people who want to live a certain lifestyle, but as long as they keep their... as long as they're not a complete idiot and, like, ignore basic fact, I respect you. If you're going to be the type of idiot that shits on people and says all this stupid crap, like, meat is murder and people who eat steak should be sent to prison for life, some irrational bullshit like that, like, okay, you're done. Fuck off. I'm sorry. Like, I know what I'm saying kind of makes no sense, but that's kind of that's kind of how I think things, and yeah, I could have said it more clearly, but I hope you guys understand that. I apologize if you don't, but yeah. Don't get me started on anti-vaxxers. I'm not going to start that argument. But, okay, I'm not going to start it. I'm just going to say one thing. Vaccinate your fucking crotch goblins, you stupid fucking retards. It's you people like you that are making people sick. For the love of fucking God, if your kid is not vaccinated, never take them out in public. They do not deserve to be out in public around other people who get sick or other people that can get that person sick. For the love of fucking God, you're killing people. Elderly people and young people can die because you choose to not vaccinate your fucking idiotic child. And yeah, I know the child themselves is not idiotic, but you get the point. Also, I wasn't expecting you to show up. I really want to know where, like, the idea for these enemy designs came from. Like, I really want to dig deep into the mind of the creator and designer of this world, you know? Like, I know a lot of people have done that before, and I can look up videos on that, but regardless, I still want to see... I need to look that shit up. That's going to be pretty interesting. Kind of fitting that this is happening, too, because maybe, you know... I kind of feel like I'm going to keep this, schedule this, and have it released on Halloween, just because. Well, this game is horror, basically a horror game. Real quick, I need to postpone the game for a second. Okay, I just had to text someone because this is not like a serious portion of my Let's Play. This is just like a bonus video I'm showing you guys. Also, 2/3 of the way there. Nice. I'm sorry that I got really controversial. I was gonna ask Siri how to pronounce that word, but I realized my headphones were connected, so I couldn't have heard it anyway. So I'll just leave that alone. But you get the point. I'm sorry for kind of getting a little, crazy there with my opinions. And I got an actual text. Oops. Fuck. Ever since I got Grammarly on my phone, it's just been adding shit and, like, not working out for me whatsoever. I need to delete it. I gave it a second try because I thought it would be neat, but no. Don't get Grammarly. It's fine if you don't mind it, but in terms of the iPhone version or just, like, phone versions, it never works for me. Whenever I want to add more words or do anything, like, it struggles to add that shit. Anyway. On my PC, it's kind of annoying, but it's not as bad. And by PC, I mean my laptop. It's my Windows, but it's not like a gaming thing, so. Yeah, moving on. It's not important. After we kill these guys, I'm gonna put away my green screen. Just because I haven't done that since my video like an hour ago. Actually, it's been like 40 minutes now. 30, 40 minutes. I hope I can get this done in one file swoop, because I did I did go through my settings and change it so the video recording or clip thing that you can do with the PS4 is an hour long instead of 15 like it used to be for me. But regardless, yeah. Anyway, real quick, let me put away my green screen. Still haven't fixed it though. It worked a little bit nicely last week, but this week it acted up again. If it wasn't for the fact that I had a big trip coming up and I have to save up my own money for that, and the fact that Pokemon comes out like a week after I get back, and I'm saving up for that, I don't really have any extra spending money for anything, so I can't buy a new PlayStation camera or green screen. Like, I'm basically broke. Like, I have money now, I have a decent amount of cash, but in terms of spending money, no. All the money I have right now is going towards vacation and Pokemon. And say what you want about Sword and Shield and that whole National Dex thing, I don't give a shit, okay? I'm playing the games because I want to see if they're actually good. I want to have my own opinion on these games. I'm not going to bitch and moan and quit the game before I even played it because of one minor feature that was removed. And yes, I know the National Dex wasn't a minor feature. I personally didn't care about it. To me, it's minor. To you guys, everyone's just making a big deal about it. A bigger deal about it than they should. I'm sorry that there's going to be some Pokemon left out. Does that really matter to me? No. As long as it has some of my fan-favorite Pokemon, I'll be fine. But for the most part, I'm going to play this game regardless, because it is a brand new Pokemon game with some brand new Pokemon, and I want to experience it because I'm a fan of the series. So say what you want, Say that I'm a nerd, say that I'm a kid for liking something that's for 3-year-olds, but at least it's not me enjoying My Little Pony, okay? I'm a 24-year-old male adult. Well, not really an adult, but I'm a male. I'm 24 years old. I am not a fan of My Little Pony whatsoever. And if you are over the age of, I'd say 15 and still like that show, okay, let's say if you're over the age of 20 and actually like My Little Pony, get a life. Unless you're Alright, not everyone who watches My Little Pony over the age of 20 is bad, but like if you're just like a 40-year-old neckbeard who only likes the show because the characters look cute and you have some weird annoying fetish for it, then get a life. But if you're a normal human being that just likes watching the show because like you have kids and you watch it with your kids, okay, that's fine, fair enough. You do you. But if you sit in your parents' basement watching the show by yourself in your underwear, getting off at that the characters have, you know, adorable designs. Yeah. Ooh, I'm sorry, buddy, but I should call the FBI. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm just getting all my weird opinions out of the way. Seriously, sorry. I know I'm making myself sound like a complete weird fuckwad, but whatever. This is who I am. I get really weird sometimes. We've got a lot of pimples on this time. I was stuck in the belly of the beast. Well, that's good video coming. But there's not really a good episode for me to use that name. That would have been a cool area idea. You go inside a large monster's body, and like you explore through part of its body, or most of its body. And the boss is basically like some weird parasite demon in its mind. Kind of like a giant gothic demon version of the dungeon from Ocarina of Time. Jabba Jabba, I think that's his name. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of Ocarina of Time, even though I actually played it like a year ago, less than a year ago. I'm not great with character movies stuff in the Zeldaverse. You tried butt heading me, I guess. Sorry. Oh god. God damn it, that's gonna cancel the clip, isn't it?